Hello and welcome to another edition of the Heartsong Oracle with Mary Wade. This is going to be your reading for July 9th through July the 15th. We are going to start doing these readings in a weekly fashion. As you guys know, I've been having some issues with my internet, so I would much rather be able to give you a quality product once a week and you guys be able to get that on time than be playing, guessing if the video is going to upload or not. So with that being said, I wanted to do a pick a pile reading for you guys for the weekly. And as you guys know, and you can see in my background here, I love to do art. And so I decided what I would do would be to create art each week. This is the art for this week's readings. Okay, so here in just a few moments I will introduce each of those items to you. They will also each have a gemstone or a sacred item from my altar, so that you can look and see which one most resonates for you. And then once you choose that, you can go further into the video for your reading for the week. Each pile does have 3 cards and they can be from any of my decks, so it's very, very open book. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started for this week's reading. Alright, so these are your options for your pick a card reading this week. These are drawings that I did hand draw with watercolor pencils this week. Each of them have a stone of significance. This is their first pile. And whenever I was drawing this, what I was seeing in my mind was almost a feeling of, the new moon, the void, the womb of creation. And so I've paired it here with a black moonstone. Black moonstone is really wonderful for helping you work through the shadows of your mind, your unconsciousness. I've also found that it's very supportive whenever working with past life energies, being able to better identify them and work with them and kind of untangling them, from the current timeline. So for those of you who have chosen this one, your reading will be up shortly. And you'll be able to know as you're skimming through, because I'll hold it up here for a little longer like I am now. All right. The second pile is this card. And to me, this was very much the waxing crescent moon and the feeling of air. I feel like this one had a lot to do with the relationships and justice in relationships. Those are 2 ravens, and I feel like there's even news that's going to be coming to light here. And see, each of these almost feel like their own oracle card. And maybe, as we go through this, I'll start kind of reading them as such. Here's our stone for this one. It's a purple. Our last pile here is going to be for a full moon card. And the thing that I was noticing here as I was drawing it and as I was feeling into this is like illuminating the darkness. The full moon illuminates something that's been hidden, right? And whenever light touches darkness, it illuminates the colors that are in the darkness. And to me, in this, that's what was kind of coming through, is that in the darkness there are all the colors of the rainbow. And so you can shine like that in relationships in your life so that you can highlight what has been hidden. Alrighty, y'all, you guys have seen the art, you have seen the stones. We're going to go ahead and cut over to the first reading, and we'll see you over there. Alright, so for the new moon people, that's what I'm going to call this, and I'm going to hold these stones as I go through this. Again, this is your card of choice. This is the pile for the new moon people. That's what I'm going to call this card. I feel like this is very much like downloading, you know, celestial information, codes, blueprints, you know, new levels of consciousness coming into play into the mind space. And it's almost like it's penetrating into that womb of creation, even within inside yourself. You know, this to me is like bridging the gap between the mind and the sacral chakra. You know, creating that bridge there and creating an infinite level of being, but we're creating limitless opportunities. That's something that I feel with this. Okay, so let's get started with our first card. So our first card here for the new moon people is number 35 from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. And it is the Ascendant. 35. So to me, I'm looking at this, and the Ascendant, and yes, it says entrance here at the bottom. The Ascendant sign is going to be essentially who you are whenever you are putting your action into the world, how you come across people whenever you first meet them. So it could be, you know, I'm looking at this being the number 35. I'm thinking that you've been creating something, right? You're working with a group to create something, and now it's like you're really putting yourself out there and it's causing change. It's creating a stir. That, to me, this is like piercing the trail in front of you, you know, blazing that trail ahead of you and creating a little bit of a storm perhaps in that process. But you are bringing with you, I see the clouds right here. It's like you're bringing with you the storm. It's like you're bringing with you this transformative change in whatever situation this is for this week. So our next card is from the Divine Animals Oracle, and it is Protection, the Lioness. This is having both your inner divine masculine and feminine in balance with each other, protecting that inner light. Because if you are in a place where you're really pushing your will out into the world, you're making the change that you wish to see in the world, you need to make sure that you are going in with protection. It's like there is a divine mission here in your heart, and that's what's pushing you to go this direction. But know that you're planting a seed here. It's going to have great impact. And if it does, you need to protect yourself, because whenever change is happening under any circumstances, there are going to be some that embrace that change and some who do not. This is also a card of a High Priestess card. You are, you know, again, it's like there's this divine mission. Perhaps you're leading people, or people are watching you, so you're leading by example. It's very important here that you are speaking your truth along the way as well. I see the blue in this card, the honor that is with this. Wow. And then our last card is worthiness. Spirit has called you to this mission. You are worthy. Your higher soul self knows this. It is reaching out in acceptance of the aid that the universe is giving. And you can go ahead and allow that to happen, because whenever the universe gives you something, whenever something is quite obviously come into your life that is a miracle, that has allowed you to transform, maybe it is because you have this sacred mission. And if you do, the universe is going to protect you on that mission as well. So remember to keep gratitude in this space, because it's like whatever venture you have this week, it is really ingrained in your soul's mission. It's very important that you be strong in that you be protected, that you give it all you've got. And you know, I'm looking at these colors here, the way that this ascendant sign is piercing into the creation, you know, that's, you know, I feel like this is like the ascendant sign is showing you like that's how you're piercing into this womb of creation to to create this mission, to create this change. And I see here this pink and red with the green. It's telling me heart chakra. So it's something that's really been planted in your heart for a while, and it's time to just act on it. It has to do with your self-worth, and the universe is telling you here in this reading, you are worthy. You have everything that you need right here, right now. But you need to go in confidence. You need to go in your power, in protection, and know your worth. You cannot just believe it. It has to be solid. You have to know your worth. Do you know your worth? All right. Wow. Beautiful reading, you guys. Alrighty, here is pile number 2's reading. And so, I think I've mentioned it already, but with this card, I really feel like there's a lot of relationship dynamics. It's like justice in relationships, and it has a lot to do with creativity and love. You know, really the romance of love even. It could be that I see these 2 ravens here. It could be that there's news of new love coming in, or it's news of someone coming, you know, someone coming for your justice. I don't know. Take that if it resonates. I'm not sure what that piece is to it, but it may not be that it resonates for quite all of you, but to me it is a lot about this is being the sword of truth, and that truth must be spoken. Okay, so in this pile, I have 2 from the Druid Plant Oracle and then 1 from the Higher Soul Self Oracle. We'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing here is this is the poppy. And look at that brilliant red color. That is like root chakra. You know, I see this as stability, something about the home and stability. It could be with the poppy, you know, I'm thinking of it as, you know, relaxing in the home. That could be one of the light aspects of it. It could also be that, you know, going back to this justice piece, it could be that there has been a lack of boundaries and a lack of responsibility in the home. So it could be that is kind of coming to justice this week. I feel like there's a very strong presence of the warrior with this, as well as the red here, that there's like, there's either a sense of justice coming to home or a sense of the divine masculine within a home or a foundation area changing. It could be that role is changing in the home. Wow, okay, so if this is going to be the divine masculine, I'm going to say that this one is kind of the divine feminine here. It's like the divine masculine is here out in the light shining, coming forward to bring justice to a situation or to announce a situation, bring new communications, new connections into a home. This is going to be the feminine aspect of that, and it is the nourishment of the garden, the heart, the well-being of the family unit. So yeah, this reading is going to be totally relationship based, whether it be a family, like, you know, with children included or not. There's definitely a masculine aspect here, feminine, and we're working with those dynamics in the structure of the home and communication. And you know, as I was looking at this card right here, it's like the feminine, and that's why I go back to that card, because this one kind of confirmed what I was thinking. The feminine in the family space wants to be relaxing, wants the waters of the home to flow smoothly, more tranquilly perhaps. And it could be that, you know, that there's a balance that needs to happen here. but this card of worry came up, and I see it, you know, really striking on the brow, that there is energetic tension right there in the forehead and the neck and shoulders. Worry, let me tune into this and go in a little bit deeper. It's a worry of stability. It's a worry of stability, whether it is, what we'll say, real or not. It's something that's affecting the systems of the body at this point, and it has to do with this dance between. So I think you could receive information this week that exposes this underlying worrying. Maybe you didn't even know that you were worrying as much as you are, but it could be that it starts showing up in the physical body. Maybe you start having pain in the body because of it. It's saying here, you know, whenever you allow in a relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, whenever you bring yourself into better balance in your own masculine and feminine, when you need to be in a receptive feminine space to recover, to relax, to let go and not worry for a while, it allows someone else to step in the relationship to support. So it's almost like there's a worry that that support will not be there. But I see both of these cards being strong. I feel like they are in balance. I feel like this worry piece is perhaps just an energetic mind space. You know, like it could be that, you know, there are other things that you have on your plate that are keeping your mind running. And it's not, it may be tagging onto this, but it may not be that it's particularly about this. So I would examine if a worry comes up for you this week. Is it something that's really about the relationship, or is it something that's more relating to another issue that's kind of bled over? I feel like you'll get communication this week, or you'll get more awareness of that this week, because this, to me, the sword is coming in for clarity and for justice between these two. All right. Thank you for joining me for that reading. Alrighty, and for our third pile, the full moon people. For the full moon people, I have here a moonstone that I will be holding while I do the reading here. Like I said in the intro, I feel like with this is when I tuned back into this vision that I had that allowed me to draw this card. I really felt like it was actually, I was looking into a reflection of the water. So I feel like this moon, and it could be this upcoming full moon. Let's see, upcoming full moon will be in the sign of, I'll have to check. But we have a new moon, I believe, before then. So, you know, to me, I just feel like it's something that this is going to be really reflective in the emotional nature, perhaps even in the subconscious. I feel like this reading will certainly be illuminating for someone in that way. And so for this one, I have two from the Higher Self Oracle, and then one from the Star Codes Astro Oracle. Ooh, so to me, it looks like someone is getting their karma this week. And by that I mean, a lot of work has been done, and it's now time to reap the rewards of that. Whether that be something where, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, right? I mean, you will be honored this week for hard work that you have done, where you've shown your strength. I feel like in this case it's a good thing. To me, it's you've climbed the stairway up to your reward, you know, up to your throne. This is where you've wanted to be. You're above the clouds. You are no longer in the fog. You've made it through to the other side, and now you are in a place where you are more connected with your higher soul self, with your crown chakra wide open is what I see here. And you see that there's cloudiness below, you know, that you went through, but you're at a different vantage point. You're at a whole different level. Perhaps you've gone through a major up level and you've done the work to get there. So it feels really good getting into that space. The next card that's come out here is boundaries. And I see this as, you know, boundaries of how much you show of your inner self versus your ego to people. You know, I see like this is the magic mix in between, right? Like, you don't want to be telling, you have done the work to get to the top. You don't want to tell everybody all the inner workings of your own psyche, your own process. Because if you do, then you have nothing, right? You've bled out all your own internal power and energy. If you overshow it, you know, to me, that's a piece here. Also, when you rise up to the top, it's natural that others want to get in on that action, right? So you want to set proper boundaries. The main thing that I see right here is this channel of power. And that channel of power to me is saying, you know, don't overextend. You've done the work. You're the one who, you know, this seat was created for. You enjoy what you have worked so hard for. You don't have to bleed it all out all over the place. You don't have to give it out everywhere and just not have anything for yourself. I noticed that with this little column of power, like, it's not even a straight line. Like, it's her own rules and it's her own design as to what those boundaries look like for her. It does not have to fit anybody else's boundaries. It's all about hers. And whenever she controls her own energy in that way, she's able to make magic happen. She's able to connect with the universe and have miracles happen in her life. And with that, you've already been through so much. You've persevered through so much. This last card is perseverance. And to me, that's like, you've been through everything. You have the strength. This is strength coming up again. Dignified strength, perseverance, boundaries. It could be that you're very challenged this week. You know, this whole karma coming back around. It could be that someone is coming back in this week to really challenge your authority. And this is like, oh hell no, you already worked for it. This is your power. You get to control how this goes. You're in the driver's seat of this situation too. I'm seeing this right here as a situation working out in your favor that could be very karmically wound up with. But if you stay the course, stay true to yourself and within your own boundaries, you will win. There is not even a question. Like, it just feels so certain. I don't even see a question where you couldn't win if you stay within your boundaries. If you don't stay within your boundaries and you allow someone to kind of bleed off your energy or, you know, get something away from you, you know, like, that's the only way I see where that could falter. Otherwise, just let them come at you. They're going to get hit with the lightning. They will be illuminated. Their darkness will be illuminated so brightly that it'll be like the light of day is showing on it. And let me tell you, when that happens, that's freaking powerful. It is. That is acting in your power as well. Standing by and letting someone, you know, get their own karma. Just saying. Alrighty, guys. Wow. Powerful reading. These have each been really interesting readings and very different. Thank you all for, joining me for this wonderful reading today. I've been really excited to share my art more with you all. And I'm very interested to see what you guys think of the new format. Did you like having the different piles, and did those readings resonate for you in any way? If it did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, we are trying to get up to 50 subscribers so that I can start coming to you guys with live readings on the new moon and full moon. So if there's anybody you know who would enjoy these readings, please be sure to share that with them. Also, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can email me at heartsongholistic@gmail.com and we can get that set up for you. Alrighty, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. Until next time, blessed be.